Ahoy, this is Zdenka. Wondershare Filmora is a very easy video editing program suitable for beginners with zero editing skills, but also for professionals. Version 12 is officially out. There are many new features added that once I reviewed this program, I realized that everything I'm doing in much more complicated program and more expensive one can all be done here way faster and way easier. It's a cloud service, so you can edit anywhere on the go. You can transfer video clips from mobile application to desktop for further editing. I generally like their products. Quite recently, I purchased one of their products, Unique Converter, which I reviewed in the past. I'll link it below for those interested. This video is a complete tutorial for beginners. I will walk you through everything to get you started. Link to this software can be found below video in a video description for those who would like to try it out. I will also place timestamps there. This video is sponsored by Wondershare. Once you open up the software, this is the interface you are going to see. On the left side, you can select if you want to create a new project. The second option is Cloud Project, which is new. If you open up the software for the very first time, you will see a prompt to authorize this section. I already did, so now I see that I have 1 GB online storage available. Once you hit the Manage button, you will be able to see this storage where you can upload files, see finished exported videos, project files. You can share your videos with others who can download them and comment on them. Okay, let's close this storage. Creator Hub is the third option, which will offer you many more tutorials. In the center of the page from the top, you have aspect ratio. This is where you can select the ratio you need depending on which platform you are going to post the final video to. On the right, you can open existing project. If you want to go ahead and create your project, you would just hit the blue New Project button. Shortcuts to more features are available below. Instant mode. All you have to do is choose one of the pre-designed templates, and there are currently 115. Select your clips, and within a few minutes you will have the final video created. You can choose if you will be creating video in horizontal, square, or vertical format. Once you select the template you like, upload clips, and the final video is created, you can then still change absolutely everything. Order of the clips, just drag them like this. You can turn off the effects if you don't want them. You can control the music. You can trim it. You can adjust the volume, control fade in and out. You can change video length, change title font, and color. All those titles will be displayed on the right. When you click Edit, you can change everything here. Text size, style, position. You can also drag to reposition and scale on the preview window. Let's close this to get back to the first interface. Screen Recorder is the next section. As the name already suggests, you can record your screen here. You can select if you want to record the whole screen or only part of the screen. You can control speakers and microphone. You can also turn them off here. If you go to Settings, here is where you can select many other important things such as show mouse clicks in recording and play those click sounds. You can also record camera streams. Let's close this and also the main video editing timeline to get back to the first one. Auto Reframe is next. It is a great feature, especially if you need to repurpose your content to other platforms. Select clips. Choose your aspect ratio. You can also change speed and let it analyze. Once it is done, you will see how it is automatically tracking the best shot for you. The square is moving. Okay, let's close this all once again. Instant Cutter mode is specifically designed for faster cutting. You can drag those sides to select the part of the clip you need, or you can click anywhere and then use those brackets. There is also a merge option that allows you to combine 2 or more video clips together into one video clip. By the way, if you feel stuck and you need help, once you hit this question mark at the top right corner, it will take you to an online manual which explains everything about that section. Silence detection is a fast way to edit clip where a person is speaking. Let that analyze with their default setting first. If you need further adjustments, you can change those parameters right here. And here you can also adjust the clips manually by simply dragging the sides of the boxes. I'll call them boxes. Another feature, Auto Beat Sync, can really speed up your workflow as well. It will cut your video into beats automatically. Select your video. Select how long you want the final video to be. Next, select music and decide how fast or slow cuts you want. You can leave it as straight cuts, or you can choose any of those cut effects. RGB, glow, video wall, and blur. Let's close all this. Lastly, below you will see local projects or instant mode projects once you create them. It's time to hit the new project and take a look at the main video editing interface. Let's explain what you see on the screen. The screen is divided into 3 big sections. Left top section allows you to navigate through media. Right side is where you're going to see your video, and below we have the main timeline. This is a classic view. You can change the view of this layout with this button at the top. There is a default option which also pulls out project info panel. Next one is organize, timeline, short video, which is great if you are editing reels or any other vertical content. Classic is next, which is the default. And if you have external monitor hooked up, you will be using dual. Let's explain what everything else is there at the right top corner. Save projects is next. Transfer Center shows your current status for uploading and downloading. Toolbox is where you can find support but also learn about all keyboard shortcuts, and there are many. It's great to eventually learn most of them as they will really speed up your workflow. Next is your account and export button. I will get to that one much later in this video. Let's go to the other side of the top. Here is access to all your file controls. You can also see keyboard shortcuts next to some. And the same goes for edit controls, tools, and view. If you need help, more tutorials can be found here, contact support, check for updates, and so on. Let's look at the top left window where you will have all your files, videos, music, all media you need for video editing. All you have to do is click, find the folder with your videos, and import. You will be asked if you want to create proxies. Proxy is a copy of your video in much lower resolution, in much lower quality, which means that it will speed up your workflow and your computer. I highly recommend this. Don't worry, it will be linked with those high quality files. So once you export the video, it will actually use those high quality files. The proxy files are only for preview. It will be much easier on your computer. Once you import your clips, you can then drag them on the timeline and start editing. Or you can hit the plus instead of dragging. If you double click the clip, you will be able to preview it in the right preview panel. Under import, you have many options for importing your clips, such as import from camera or phone, import from other apps, such as Google Apps. And you can also record from webcam, PC screen, and record voiceover. On the right is where you can select what type of media you want to see, and then those 3 dots will let you customize the view even further. On the left, you can see project media, next is global media. Those can be used in multiple projects. Cloud media, those are shared online files, and adjustment layer, which is new. What is adjustment layer? What does it do? Let's say you have several clips on your timeline and you want to color grade them or apply any other effect offered. When you place this adjustment layer on top above those clips, all the clips below will be affected. So instead of color grading those clips separately, you can double click this adjustment layer, go to color, and here you have all the controls you need. You can select presets, you can adjust white balance, you can adjust exposure, brightness, contrast, color, highlight, vignette, and more. You can also control colors separately in the HSL panel or use curves. Under basics, you can transform the clips such as scale, position, rotate, and flip. Or you can compose these shots. That means that they will blend two clips together. You can choose blending mode and opacity. This is all advanced video editing. Let's remove the adjustment layer and let's go back to basics. You can create folders to organize your media. And with this arrow, you can change the view of this panel. Let's take a look at the top portion again. Besides media, you can access stock media. These are royalty-free clips you can use in your videos. Audio has many new royalty-free background music tracks and also sound effects. You just drag it below your main timeline. Titles have also many pre-designed choices. You just drag one you choose on the timeline and double-click to pull out all controls. Many new 3D titles have been added. You can change the text here, color, font, resize it, and even add animation. Very simple to use. Transitions have a big selection here as well. Just download one, drag on the clip or between the clips. You can drag the transition to make it longer or shorter. If you double click, controls to these transitions are at the top, which you can then also customize further. Effects have a huge selection and stickers as well. Again, the same thing, select one and drag on the clip. If you need a very quick edit, you can use one of these templates. Just choose the one you like, drag it onto a timeline. And here you can replace those clips with yours. You can change text and effect. You can also remove them. You have all controls to completely change it all around. Below the templates, you can find a very big section called split screen. Drag the desired split screen template on your timeline, go to media files, and drag those clips to the right in the preview window. Let's take a look at the player panel. At the right top corner is a little icon called histogram. When you enable this, you will get all information about your clip. You can also drag this all around. The controls below allow you to go frame by frame or play the whole video and stop. On the right, you can choose if you want to see the video in full quality or half and quarter quality. This is useful if your computer is a bit slower and you're finding that the playback quality is not as fast as it should have been. Next to it is an icon where you can change project aspect ratio, resolution, frame rate, and color space. You can also choose zoom level here. Next icon is for taking a snapshot. I use this feature a lot when I'm creating thumbnails. I don't take photos of myself for thumbnails. That will be very time consuming. I just hit record and I record a clip and I pause a little bit. And then once I import the video to a video editor, I just take the snapshot out and that's my thumbnail. That's just a quick tip how to create thumbnails. Volume control is next. And the last icon will let you play the video preview as full screen. To get back, just hit escape on your keyboard. Let's talk about these mark in and mark out icons. What is this useful for? Let's say I don't want to import the whole clip onto the timeline. I only want part of it. I'll play the clip and select the left bracket where I want it to start. Then I select the right bracket where I want the clip to end. I can then just drag this selection onto a timeline. You can drag the ends to change the position. And if you want to remove them, just right-click and select Clear In and Out. It's time to go through the main timeline, which is the core of video editing. All the creative stuff happens there. I placed one clip on the timeline from the media panel. What do we see here? First of all, you can drag the clip anywhere you want. I'm going to drag it all the way to the left to the beginning. There are plus and minus buttons on the right to zoom in and zoom out the timeline. Or you can just go with the mouse over here until you see those two-sided arrows. Then click with the mouse and drag left and right to zoom in and out. You can also hit the zoom to fit timeline icon to see the clip or clips across the screen. How do you cut videos? First of all, you can drag this red playhead wherever you like, either by going over the scissors, press down your left mouse. Now it changes into this red circle and just drag. Once you find the spot you want to cut, just press the scissors. If you don't like the cut, use Ctrl-Z keyboard shortcut to undo or use this undo icon at the top. Another way of selecting the clip would be just dragging the ends. Let's double click the clip. At the top, you will see all tools for editing this clip. If you want to get out of it and get to media files, just click anywhere on the main timeline. Let's start with the first section, and that is video. Transform is the first section. Here, if you click this little arrow, you will expand all controls. You can scale the clip. If you look at the right side, you will notice these little green icons. Those are keyframes. Let me show you what it does. I'm going to the beginning of the clip where my scale is at 100%. I will press the keyframe. You will see on the clip this little green dot. Now I'm going to go to the end of the clip, scale the clip, let's say, to 120%. Another keyframe was automatically created. Now, when I go to the beginning of the clip and play this, I can see that I just created a zoom in animation. Previously in Wondershare Filmora version 11, keyframes only work for limited parameters like transform, position, rotate, scale. In this version, you will see enhanced keyframes, which means that it is expanded to all parameters, even parameters for filters, color collection, and titles. You will see them pretty much everywhere. There are unlimited creative possibilities. Other controls below are position, rotate, and flip. Let's close this transform section. Next section is composing. And this is the same thing as I was explaining earlier, where I talked about adjustment layer. You can place a clip on top of your clip and blend them together. By the way, if you don't like the changes you've made, you can always hit the reset button here. Drop shadow is next. Let's say I have one clip at 100% size, and I want to have another clip as picture in picture. I'll place this clip on the top, scale it down way faster by dragging the picture in the preview window. And now I can enable shadow, which creates this nice effect which makes the small frame pop. You can change the color of the shadow, change distance, blur, and opacity. Let's close the drop shadow and look at the last control, which is auto enhance. When you click on that, you can see that the program does quite a nice job really enhancing the look. You can select what strength you want. Mask is the next section. Here, when you have clips on top of each other, select the top clip and choose one of those masks. You will only see the part of frames based on what you selected. You can make it smaller, bigger, adjust all parameters, and even save the mask you created. In this version, you will also find a new option which is called Draw Mask. Here you can create free-form shapes using the Draw Mask tool or Pen tool. You can just click on the frame and freely draw any complex shapes you want. You can do straight lines like this. If you need to delete any of the points, just double-click the left mouse. If you want to draw a curved segment, just press Alt on your keyboard to enable this. All you do is just drag, and you can also drag any of those points. You would use this to remove background, cut out a person, and so on. AI tools is a big section with some very helpful tools. First one is the chroma key. This is a section you will be using if you want to edit green screen recording. AI Portrait takes the person out of the background with one click. You can control the edge thickness and edge feather. Smart Cutout is next, which is also new. Click here to start Smart Cutout and simply brush over the person or object you want to be cut out. It takes only a few seconds to select the object you need. Here you can control everything. You can control brush size, edge thickness, and feather. You can erase selected areas. You can invert mask. There are many options here. Motion tracking is last. Just select the target, hit Start Motion Track. Once it is done, you can attach stickers to it, or you can apply mosaic over it if you need to cover something. Stabilization is next. If you have a shaky clip you need to fix, here is where you can do it. And lastly, if you need to apply any lens correction, just select the camera you were using from the list. So those are AI tools. Let's go to the last video section, which would be animation. There are two big sections: preset animation and preset legacy. You will just drag or double click to apply over the clip. You will notice a little green keyframe on clip. If you move it left and right, you will be able to make the animation shorter or longer. Let's go to another big section, which is audio. First of all, on the timeline, you should always have an audio meter to see what is happening with your audio. You don't want to have your sounds too loud or too quiet. Anything in red is bad. In this green bar, you can move your playhead. You can also zoom in here if you want to move the playhead to a very specific area. Let's open up the adjustment section. Here you have all audio controls, such as audio normalization, volume, sound balance, fade in, fade out, pitch, audio ducking, and equalizer. Next big section is denoise. Here you can enable AI speech enhancement. You can remove wind, enable normal denoise, which just removes general background sounds, de-reverb, which removes echo in room, hum remover is next, and hiss removal. When it comes to audio, let's take a look at the clip. I'm going to drag the track a bit up so you can see the sound better. Here you can see keyframes at the beginning and at the end of the clip. When I drag the keyframe to the center, I will be creating a fade in or fade out effect. This is great for hiding certain sounds like taking breath in or out. And you can see it here at the top in the green panel. Let's stay with the audio for a bit. Another super helpful feature has been added, and that is called AI Audio Stretch. Once you place a music under a main clip, you will see this icon. Once you enable this, it will retime audio to match the duration of your video. No need to cut the music or repeat the music again. This is helpful when you want to use multiple music tracks in one block, but you don't want to make an abrupt change of music, or when you want to use one music track for your video, but the length of the music is not aligned with the video clip. This really saves a lot of time. Let's move on to another big section, and that would be color. This is the same thing, which is also in adjustment layer. You can color grade the clip here. You can save it as your own preset, so you can apply it to other clips. You will find the save preset in all presets. So you just go to the next clip, double click, find the preset, and apply it. If you have many of the same clips next to each other in the timeline, it is faster to use the adjustment layer. Speed is the last section where you can change the speed of the clip, apply reverse speed, which makes the video play backwards. You can also apply ripple edit and maintain pitch if you change the speed of the clip. Speed ramping is where you can create those effects where the clip goes slow and then it is fast. You can also create your own by selecting Customize. You can drag the keyframe up to make the part of the clip faster, or you can drag it down to make it slower. You can also move the keyframe left and right. You can also delete the keyframe or add more. You can also create a freeze frame effect. Another option would be selecting those pre-designed speed ramping effects, which can be also customized and saved as your own. Let's return to the timeline. First of all, if you right-click a clip on your timeline, you can find all controls here. It's just another way of accessing them, and it also shows all keyboard shortcuts. You can manage your tracks here. Add, remove any tracks. You can enable close auto ripple. You can lock track, mute, and hide. Above is an icon which will allow you to fully customize your toolbar. When you click any of those controls, it will quickly take you to that editing section. There is one icon at the end which is a very helpful feature, and that is speech to text. Once you hit that, it will automatically create subtitles. Once the subtitles are created, if you double-click them and hit Advance, it will take you to a section where you can fully control the look of those subtitles. And you can also rewrite them here. There's also a text-to-speech option. The subtitles I created are automatically saved in the media. Let me drag them back above the clip. When you hit text-to-speech, you can choose voice and adjust parameter settings. Let's move to the right. Some of the last icons I didn't explain are the render preview. It will create a smooth preview. You can add markers there and remove them. You can record a voiceover. You can pull up audio controls. Here you can control all tracks in stereo mode and surround sound. You can make it quieter, louder. You can move the sound to the right channel and left. This can be fully controlled here. Lastly, you can enable timeline snapping here. Once you're done editing, you want to export a video. Let's hit the export button. Here you can see all formats and output settings for local export. You can also choose settings based on the device selection. You can log into your YouTube account to export directly there. The same goes for TikTok and Vimeo. Lastly, you can export to DVD. Well, give it a thumbs up if you found this video helpful. I can tell you that this new version has all the tools I'm normally using in much more complicated program, except here it is way easier, which makes it perfect for beginners, but also for professionals. Don't forget to subscribe for more. If you have any questions, comments, leave them below, and I'll see you in the next video. Ciao, ahoj.